Insurance is a growing industry with a market share of around $5.8 trillion, and it is expected to reach around 8 trillion in the next 5 years. This growth basically means that there will be equivalent number of more customers, and more customers mean more queries and more service requests. Hence, it is important to have a system in place which can respond to the customer queries in a timely and appropriate fashion. Surveys have revealed that around 50% of these customers are more likely to tell the others if they have had a bad experience with a service provider, and of these, almost 25% will choose to switch to other service providers immediately. That's a startling number, and this would eventually result in the lowering of the net promoter score of the organization. To this effect, DataCurate has developed a solution called IntelliMRA to address the concerns of omni-channel and multi-channel response automation to the customer queries and service requests. The solution uses artificial intelligence and machine learning to provide a timely and automated multi-channel response automation with the help of a back-end NLP engine. IntelliMRA improves upon the customer experience by providing an omni-channel integration to different mediums through which the customers can direct their queries to the insurance provider, by doing an on-the-fly intent and sentiment analysis and also identifying the entity for which the customer has raised the request, and finally, by providing a timely and personalized response to give an enhanced customer experience. The way the solution works is that via an API integration layer, it ingests the various customer requests through all the different channels, and the AI and ML engine using NLP mechanism understands the entity for which the information is required and the intent and urgency behind the request. At the same time, it also analyzes the sentiment to understand the customer disposition at the time of making the request. The information is then paired with the data layer to provide an automated, personalized and timely response to the channel through which the customer has made the request. Of course, the system comes with a dashboard to monitor the performance and train the system on an ongoing basis for previously unencountered type of customer requests. Now let's move on to a brief view of the system. When you open IntelliMRA, you are presented with a dashboard which shows you the performance of the system in terms of how effective it has been in categorizing the incoming messages and sending out the automated personalized responses. Whatever messages system is not able to categorize are sent to a different queue which can be looked manually by the system operators. All this information along with the average response time is available on the status screen of the dashboard. The solution also comes with a capability to train the AI ML engine for the uncategorized messages so that in future it can take care of these messages on its own. This can be done on the configure screen of the solution, where you can add and configure new intents and entities. Intent basically refers to the action that the customer wants to take, and entities are against which the customer wants to take the said action. For example, if a customer wants to buy a health insurance policy, buying becomes the intent and new policy becomes the entity. Solution allows you to configure the same so that in future system automatically takes care of it. You can also set the confidence levels against the intents and entities, which means you are telling the system that it should send out an automated response only and only if it is confident to a certain degree. This allows the administrator of the system to control the flow of responses and how strict the system needs to be in terms of automated responses. The solution also allows you to set the actual text of the automated responses that need to be sent out in response to an intent and entity combination. These responses can also be linked to a backend database to personalize the details in the text and further enhance the customer experience. Finally, once you are done with the configuration, you can train the system with the new entities, and once trained, no manual intervention is required for those new configurations. On the test screen, you can test out the new configurations and see whether the responses are as per expectations or not. You can also perform these tests directly from your email account and check out the responses that you get in return. Our solution, IntelliMRA, is the perfect way to make use of AI/ML capabilities to automate the omni-channel and multi-channel response workflow. If you want a more detailed demo, please contact DataCurate at sales@datacurate.ai.